What's up, Loud Pack crew? Welcome back to another episode. Today I want to do a deep dive on one of the topics I was talking about, or one of the categories I use to cure Chief's reactivity. Today we're going to take a deep dive in on diet. In the background for the main video here, you have Solo, aka the Panda. He's exploring the Mojave Desert while I give you guys the rundown on why I think diet played a major role in being a cure for Chief's reactivity. First off, I just wanted to remind you guys that when a dog is like sick, they can, it can trigger like anxiety, nervousness, or just overall insecurities in a dog. And, especially around with other dogs in terms of dog reactivity. So if your dog is already like not sure of itself around other dogs, this can be one of those things that boosts those types of behaviors. When Chief was first on kibble, he would get all these hot spots or itchy areas, and his skin was patched up, or his coat was really patchy, and it would cause him to scratch and lick it up, and then it would turn into like this fungal thing. It was a wicked cycle. The whole thing was vicious. We tried to take him into the vet. They would give us this medicated mousse, and that shit didn't work. And I remember mentioning the raw diet to the vets, and they were pretty much against it, as most Western vets are. It's more so like a holistic kind of thing. So just stay with me on this. I decided to just take a deep dive in and just wing it, because nothing the vets were saying was working out. Within the first couple weeks, we started noticing a change in Chief's his coat and his skin. It was lightening up. It wasn't as red. He also seemed very energetic. Like, he also seemed, just like a super happy dog. His poop, it completely changed. Like, almost every other day, Chief had diarrhea. So with this diet change, his poop was coming out solid. It was, another thing I noticed, it was just coming out, just really small for his size. For example, with kibble, he'd have 2.5 cups of kibble for breakfast. And then I'd notice that by lunch, he's shitting out 2.5 cups of kibble. So I'm going to sit here and assume that he's absorbing all of the nutrients from the raw food diet. For his follow-up appointment, we took him in to get blood work done, and all of his numbers came back perfect. The doctors couldn't believe the night and day change. And at the time, I had told them that we were using the Hills diet, and they were kind of like taking all the credit in for it. When I actually wound up telling them the truth, they weren't very happy about that. One of the vets wished death on Chief. That's a story for another time, though. So without Chief going around feeling like his skin's on fire or his body's just under attack, he's able to focus more, keep a clearer head. Super excited around mealtime, though. That much is for sure. Now, this isn't a video to bash on anybody that feeds their dog kibble, but my boys have been on the raw food diet for 2 years now with no complications. They've needed no vet visits from being sick. When we get their numbers ran from blood work, they look great. Poop samples look great. The boys, they look good. They run good. They're feeling good. So if anybody's like on the fence about the raw diet, I do recommend that. If you're still, if you're still unsure about the raw food diet, cook for your dog. I feel like cooking for your dog, as long as you're covering the bases and making sure they're getting all their necessary nutrients, that's going to be the healthiest route for your dog. In my research, kibble often, because of all the processing that goes on with kibble, it often leaves dogs inflamed. So a lot of dogs are living the majority of their lives just kind of walking around inflamed. With the raw food diet, my boys, they're very lean. They don't keep on fat. They, like I said, they're more energetic. They don't have like skin, coat issues. Now, I just want to be very clear with y'all. This isn't the single, end all be all cure for reactivity. It's just one of the key, components, I guess you could say, and one of the key ingredients for this cure for reactivity recipe. We're going to go over everything that I did to cure Chief's reactivity for good. I think I'm going to keep it like chopped up into different videos like this and do voiceovers like this. That way it'll make it easier to find or pinpoint different ones. I will do a separate video on their diet and what I feed them, and cost for all 5 boys. Of course, I'm always open to feedback from you guys. Let me know some of your guys' experiences in terms of diet change and behavioral changes you've noticed with your dog. And if you haven't tried changing your dog's diet and they do have behavioral problems, try it out. Give it about a week or 2 of cooking healthy, whole foods for them, or to give the raw diet a chance. If you need help with getting started on the raw diet, you can contact me, or you guys can stick around for the raw food video, where we go into full depth about what we feed the boys and where we get our resources from. As always, gang, I encourage you guys to do your own research. I think a lot of you will find very similar research to what I've found. You can try consulting your vet about a raw food diet. For the most part, they're going to give you a hard no. Lots of vets just operate that way. I would recommend going to a holistic vet if you're interested in the raw food diet. Or measurements can be a little tricky in the beginning. There's a bunch of different resources out there to get you guys started on it. Again, the dog in the video isn't the dog we are referring to. This is Solo, the husky in the video. He's a bit of a troublemaker. You'll see he kind of gets into something here. Look at him. He's like looking around, prowling around, and he gets into God knows what. This is about a year ago, back in 2024. He makes way better decisions when he's off leash, which, being off leash is what it's all about. But that's a story for another time. Look at him go. Solo, too, is on the raw food diet. Back when he was on kibble, it was very hard for him to lose weight. Now he has one of the more athletic builds, I should say, of the pack. All right, you guys, as always, I appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to leave it up to Solo here. He's going to see you guys out. He has a few words for you guys. I'll catch you on the next one.